History is full of strange ideas. But some ideas were stranger than fiction. People once bought devices filled with radiation because they thought it was healthy. They put babies in cages outside apartment windows. And they invented machines that looked more like punishment than progress. Here are the weirdest inventions people once believed in. Not every invention from the past was brilliant. Some were desperate. Some were experimental. And some were built on beliefs that seemed completely reasonable at the time, but feel deeply bizarre now. That is what makes old inventions so fascinating. They revealed what people feared, what they hoped for, and how far they were willing to go. Let's start with one of the most disturbing examples of false scientific confidence ever sold to the public: the radium water revocator. There was once a product designed to make radioactive water, and people believed that was a good thing. The radium water revocator was a container that added radioactive material to drinking water. The idea was simple: drink it for energy and vitality. At the time, radiation was poorly understood. It was associated with modern science and strength, making it seem advanced rather than dangerous. Today, it sounds horrifying. A health product that made your water radioactive should have been a warning, but to many, it looked like progress. In some cities, people once placed babies in cages attached to the outside of apartment windows. Yes, real cages, suspended high above the street. These infant cages were designed to give babies fresh air and sunlight when families had no garden or yard. At the time, fresh air was seen as essential for health, so families placed a child outside the window in a hanging metal enclosure. The intention was not cruelty. It was care, which is exactly what makes the invention so strange, because it looks terrifying now. At one point, electricity became so exciting that people started putting it into things that had no business being electric, including corsets. The electric corset was marketed as a wearable device that could improve health, boost energy, or help with various physical complaints. Some versions claimed to stimulate the body with gentle currents. To modern eyes, it feels like the perfect mix of discomfort and bad advertising. There was a time when baby gas masks were treated as practical safety devices during periods of war and chemical threat. Some looked like tiny sealed chambers. Others resembled soft, portable containers with viewing windows and attached filtration systems. The goal was survival, but the result was deeply unsettling. A baby enclosed inside an artificial breathing device looks like a dystopian film. Some beauty inventions from the past look more like interrogation equipment. The vacuum beauty helmet is a perfect example. This device was marketed to improve facial appearance using suction. It covered the head in a mechanical shell and promised cosmetic benefits. Wrap a questionable idea in technical language, and suddenly it seems revolutionary. Today, the helmet looks absurd, cold, and slightly terrifying. The anti-eating face mask was designed to stop the wearer from eating. It physically limited access to the mouth, making food consumption difficult. Devices like this were linked to body image and dieting. They turned self-discipline into hardware, physically forcing behavior. At some point, people became convinced that personal flight was just one invention away. Engineers built strange flying platforms for a single person. The concept was simple: no car, no wings, just one person hovering above the ground on a small machine. Some prototypes actually flew. They reflected a very specific historical optimism, the belief that the future would be personal, mechanical, and airborne. These inventions may look absurd now. Some seem dangerous, some feel ridiculous, and some are unsettling. But all of them were real. Fear created some. Hope created others. Which of these inventions do you think is the strangest? Subscribe to Uncanny Atlas for more strange facts, dark history, and real stories that sound too bizarre to be true.